What's going on, folks? This video today has absolutely nothing to do with beekeeping, but it was something that I was thinking about this morning. And I thought, you know what? I'm just going to get up here and we're going to talk about it real quick. There is a thing that I like to call programming yourself for success. And what I mean by this is how you manage and how you govern how you treat yourself. There are a lot of people out there who are hurting, people who are struggling, people who have problems, and they're not helping themselves because they're feeding their brain with garbage. Now, I can go through and talk about how you need to change your diet, you need to exercise. I am not a pillar of good health, right? I'm in that boat. I need to eat better. I need to exercise more. And it's just something a lot of us need to do. But I'm talking specifically about the words that you feed your brain. There's a saying that I heard a long time ago that I absolutely love. Those who say they can and those who say they cannot are both usually right. What's pretty profound about that is it speaks to the power of your mind. When I tell myself, and I'm sure we've all been there at some point in time, you're hanging out and you're like, man, I don't want to go to school today. I don't want to do this today. I don't want to go to work today. I'm going to call in sick. As soon as you start planting those seeds, pay attention to how quickly your brain turns and is like, yeah, you really don't feel good. I think you've kind of been sniffling a little bit. Maybe you shouldn't go to school today. Maybe you shouldn't go to work, right? It's weird. If you're paying attention, you will actually see and feel yourself shift into whatever it is that you've kind of programmed in your mind, whatever you just told yourself. So I talk about programming yourself for success. And the one thing I think back a lot is my mom. Now, my mom died in 2016, and I was with her for like 12 of the last 13 days of her life. And I remember leading up to her death, she was not programming her mind the right way. She had been in an abusive marriage. The husband had died, 6 years earlier. When he died, I thought, well, great, now I get my mom back again. It didn't work that way. There's a lot of reasons that didn't work out for her. But I remember her saying things like, oh, I'm so stupid, I'm so dumb. And I started thinking, I said, Mom, why are you saying this stuff? Why are you saying bad things about yourself? Because the way that the human brain works is when your brain hears things, right, it takes that information in and it figures out what it needs to do with it. Your brain gives more credibility and validity to the things that you say than anybody else. I had something show up on my YouTube feed the other day for a girl who manifests things. And she says, I think I'm going to manifest $1 million. Now, whether or not she can manifest $1 million or not, I don't know. I don't care. That's her business. If she can do it, God bless her, make $1 million. But the underlying messaging there is programming yourself to get to where you want to be. In my mom's situation, she was saying out loud, I'm stupid, I'm dumb. And it was almost as if her brain said, okay, well, what should I do to make myself ready for being a dumb person? What are the things that I need to do? And it's really strange the way the brain functions. When I want to learn something new, I don't pick up a book and just read it. When I was in my teens, early 20s, and I was a lot sharper than I am today, I could pick up a book or I could, log into a website, not when I was a little kid, but like when I was in my 20s, I could go to a website, I could read an article and be like, oh, okay, cool. And I could take that information and go off and talk about it, 3 or 4 weeks later. I can't tell you what I had for breakfast yesterday, right? My brain just does not hold on to information like it used to. But what I do is I say, okay, I want to learn this new thing. I read it, I write it down, and I read it back to myself. When my brain hears me saying the words, it reinforces that learning and I can pick things up a lot faster. Your brain does the same kind of crap when you're feeding it garbage. So if you're going to sit around and you're going to say, I'm stupid, I'm worthless, I'm not this, I'm not that, I'll never be anything, I promise you, your brain will help you make that happen. I wake up every day of my life. Every day of my life, my feet hurt, my knees hurt, my back hurts. Like there's always something. The fun new thing I've got going on now is my Achilles tendon because I was at a point where I can't run, but I thought, well, I'll at least walk. Well, now I got this Achilles tendon thing. I can barely walk. But if I lay in bed and I'm just going, I don't want to get up. I'm in pain. I have legs. Like I'm still alive. I was in the Army. I know guys who don't have limbs, who don't have body parts, man, and they still find a way to suck it up and get up every day and go, keep going. They drive on, they push forward. You have to do that. There are so many people struggling today all over the world. Blame it on whatever you want. I don't care about the excuses and, blaming it on governments doing this, that, social media is not exactly the best thing in the world either, but you as an individual, you're going to have to dig down deep. You got to dig down deep and you got to say, this is sucking. Whatever it is, it's sucking, and I'm not going to let it suck anymore. If you ever watch Saturday Night Live, I don't watch it anymore, but I quit watching it probably about 20 years ago. But if you ever used to watch it back in like the 70s and 80s with like Michael Myers and Eddie Murphy and like Dan Aykroyd, Steve Martin, all those folks, Gilda Radner, back then there was a skit that was called, it was Stuart Smiley, I think was the guy's name. And he was just this goofy character who would get up in front of a mirror and he would go like, I'm smart, I'm good looking, and doggone it, people like me. Something like that. And it was Positive Affirmations with Stuart Smiley. That's what it was called. If you check that out, like, it's goofy and it's funny and it's silly, but that's kind of what you almost have to do. Like, I have days where I get up and I'm like, man, today is going to be an awesome day. I will say it just like I said it to you right now. Today is going to be an awesome day. Man, I'm so excited about what today is going to bring for me. You have to chart your own course because it is so friendly easy. It is so easy to get sucked into pain or suffering or anxiety or depression or anything. It's easy to get sucked into those things. Don't allow life to hold you back. Don't allow your brain and your mind to hold you back. Don't allow other people to hold you back. You are in charge of your destiny. Now, if you're a person of faith, I'm not going to get into, what you believe or what you don't believe. You believe in Allah, Buddha, Jesus Christ, or whatever. Find your faith. Find something that you believe in, right? You can go outside and go out and be a part of nature and just say, I love the trees. I believe in the trees. Find a teammate in that and a partner. I joke around about like tree hugging or whatever, but like I have trees on my property and I love them. I absolutely love how big and beautiful they are and all the shade they provide and the habitat they provide for all the living things around my home and my property. Find something that you can connect to, whether it's spiritual, whether it's nature, find something. But stop telling yourself that you're stupid. Stop telling yourself that you're dumb, that you're not good enough or whatever. It drives me insane to watch people deteriorate because of their own sabotage. All right, everybody. This has nothing to do with my regular podcast or my regular shows. Go back to your regular scheduled life. I just wanted to let you know that. Take care. Be kind to one another. Remember that I love you and there's nothing you can do about it. Take care.